What's going on, duelist? Third video for today. This video we're gonna go over the combos and lines for the Pendulum Magician deck, the deck that I just posted a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we're gonna go over combos and lines and what you should do, when you should do it, and how you should do it. We are going to use the AI on we're going to use the ABC Dragon Buster AI because it is a strong AI, and because there's infinity in it, we can try to work around Omni Negates, and it is a strong solid deck on this the app. So let's just get into it. We are going to just do a match and show you how my side deck works. We generally want to go second with this deck because I usually go second with this deck because it gives me a draw and helps me figure out what I need to overcome and beat. You see here, we drew an okay hand. We drew a Lower Darkness with an extra Harmonizing, which is always good because that gives us at least one card we know we can banish, so we don't have to risk it off the Celestial, which we might need to use for a Pendulum Scale. So okay, so drawing into Diabell Star the Black Witch is okay. Obviously, the first thing we're going to want to do is activate Allure. And then we drew another, we drew a scale, but it's another 8. So we really need to do, we're going to go ahead and banish the Harmonizing. What we can do now is, because they play in Perm in this deck, we can go ahead and try, we can set time Pendulum Graph, because that's a pop. We can go ahead, and since we can't Pendulum Summon, we can go ahead and discard Thunder Dragon Dark to do this. Try to bait out an Imperm, activate its effect. Okay, there's the Imperm. And then because of we have no special, no spellcasters in the grave, we can't really use his effect. However, we can activate this. We could go ahead and use this effect, a Pendulum effect, to cut down a monsters in half, but we're not. We're just going to attack over a Dragon Buster because they have nothing to search for. And then we have to pass turn because we didn't draw scale 1 or draw into a scale 1. So the best time to interrupt their plays would be now, because they don't have C and they can link off for C. So what you want to do with this deck specifically, against this deck specifically, is because he's going to search for Union Driver, and Union Driver is gonna be for C. He's gonna make Dragon Buster this turn. So the best thing to do is just wait, because it's gonna make Dragon Buster this turn. Oh, he went for B instead of C. Okay, I guess that makes sense because now you link summon the 2 Bs and get 2 searches. That's fair. We're also gonna show you how to side deck in. Like I said in the video, oh, he does not make Dragon Buster. So on the end of their turn, we can actually activate this to pop a back row and to, try to get rid of another Imperm, which is exactly what I will do. I will do that and just pop this. It happened to be cross out. Okay, so we drew Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye is actually really good. We can activate Wisdom Eye, activate Celestial, and now we have a scale. We activate Wisdom Eye to bring in a purple poison. And then we can Pendulum Summon. Pendulum Summon Harmonizing and Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye goes there. Harmonizing needs to be in defense. And then Harmonizing Effect to special summon out Double Iris. Now, this is generally where I would try to go and make Ptolemaeus to make the Arc Rebellion line. However, because if you look at that, you need to consider the attack of Rebellion, which is 3,000. So 3,000 plus 25 is 55, plus 8 is 63, plus 21 is 84, plus 19 is 10,300 damage, which theoretically, unless he has interruption, this will be game. This is why I like this card, because I can OTK in a heartbeat. So do that. It should be like 10,000 something. 300. Yep. So, and then obviously to just end the game, you just attack and do that. And that's why this card is so good, because it can OTK over a lot of stuff. Now, specifically for the ABC deck, I like to side in Spellcaster, Secret Village, because Hanger is really essential for them, terraforming searches for it, and unauthorized activation. It's really good because it keeps them from being able to, search and to cut through their deck for ABC Dragon Buster. Also, I like to use Solemn Strike. That way I don't have to panic if he does get to a Affinity or a Dragon Buster. So, with this game, since I won game 1, I generally do not like to side anything unless I lose, because this clearly worked good enough. However, I generally do like to sub in something, but for the sake of this, because your side deck will be different from mine, I will go ahead and just go to game 2. And this hand, we drew much better. We drew opening line and they just set one. We drew a much better opening line this hand. Wisdom Eye with any Magician Pendulum card, even itself, is always a scale 1 through 8. It's always a scale 1 through 8. Then we can activate, then we can activate Wanted. We will search for this. And this line actually lets me show off the Azamina package of the deck, which is kind of cool. And then we're going to search for Deception. We will activate Deception, tributing off the other Black Witch to search for Hallowed Azamina. Hallowed Azamina effect to send Deception to the grave. To special summon this. This will activate its effect to search for another Wanted. Before we do anything else, we activate Wanted's graveyard effect to banish Deception, to draw a card, to shuffle, to draw a card. Now, if you look at Celestial Magician, this card can attack directly with a fusion on the field. So, what we can do is we can normal summon Celestial, activate its effect to attack directly. Then we can special summon another Celestial and a Wisdom Eye to special summon these two. And now, if you noticed, I have a light level 4 and a dark level 6. So this is why I like playing Chaos Angel, because I can make it. And then obviously you would just get rid of this. It's a C, so if I attacked into that, that would have been kind of good for him. And then we can activate Hallowed Azamina, shuffle Mu Recleclio back. Then we can do this all over again. And then OTK for game. You don't really need to do like the extra steps of doing the pendulum effect, because we've already won the game. You have already won the game. And then attack for game with Chaos Angel. So yeah, this deck is consistent. Again, like, I'm only using the AI to give you some sort of thing. And now we will do test hands. Okay, this hand right here obviously is pretty good. Discard for Pendulum Call to search for your scale. We have to do 1 and 8 because Pendulum Call destroys it, so we can't search for Wisdom Eye. Then we can search for this. Activate scale. You can pendulum summon. You can pendulum summon these two. However, depending on the deck you're playing, I'll show you how you would do this with. I'll show you how to do it anyway, because this is a Vortex Dragon. This is an Omni Negate hand. So this is an Omni Negate hand. You make Absolute Dragon, and then you make Muricleo. You do this, you search for this, and then you can draw a card and hope you draw like something you can normal summon, which you can. So then you normal summon whatever you draw. Then you do Harmonizing and Absolute Dragon for Dark, which if Electromite comes back will be an Electromite. Absolute Dragon has to be Chain Link 1, so it resolves last to use the Vortex Dragon effect. And then you can just special summon it. Now you have one Omni Negate. You have a Hallowed Azamina that can just shuffle this back into the deck. And then you could do it all over again if you wanted. Yeah. Now we'll just pretend, you know, it's my turn again. Okay, so Thunder Dragon Dark is always good. You just discard it. And if you have a scale 1 through 8, obviously you just Pendulum Summon it out. You just Pendulum Summon it. And you make Colossus. And then you could just do Hallowed Azamina. Tribute this in your hand to special this again. To search for Deception again. And then you have a Hallowed Azamina in the grave. And then, I mean, this would be game. Vortex Dragon can remove a special summon, attack up, face position monster your opponent controls, and it's an Omni Negate. And Colossus keeps your opponent from searching. Dark is good against certain matchups because you could just take a monster and Dark monster and special summon it to use with Absolute Dragon to make Dark. And as you notice in the deck profile, I am playing Meteor Burst for certain matchups because, yeah, this was mainly an idea that Tempai, I've been seeing a lot of Tempai lately on this app, so I just decided to start playing it again. And then let's try another hand. Okay, this doesn't happen often, but in this scenario, you would want to just banish Dragon Dart because you don't necessarily need Colossus to win. Anyway, do that. Okay, so with this, you could just banish. You have Scale, you have Joker and Celestial, so you have Scale, which means you could theoretically banish Celestial because Gokerbat Joker will search for your other Scale. We'll search for a Scale, and then you could just use the other two allures to keep drawing and get the opposite Scale. So we'll ban Celestial. We will then normal summon Joker, use its effect to search for either the 1 or 8. At this point, I would say the 1, just to make sure. And then you can just keep drawing cards with the allures. Hopefully we draw an 8. Since we drew both darts, which is kind of silly, you might as well just go ahead and banish one. Now you have a free target to banish the next one. And then you just draw again. And we drew an 8, so that's good. So we can just banish that. You activate your Scale. You activate the Scale. And then you Pendulum Summon all 3. And then what you could do with this is up to you. Normally, I would make Dark first, so that's what we'll do. And then, because everything's Spellcaster, Purple Poison and Double Iris could help when your opponent tries to attack into you. And then, let's say they don't do... And then, okay, so we draw this. What we can do is we can activate this effect to do this, target it, give it double battle battle damage if it attacks a monster. Search for a Pendulum Graph card, which is always usually going to be star first, unless we really need time. Then we do this. And then we can go ahead and activate Wanted as well. I mean, what's the point? And then we do that, search for that. And then you could send either one, but we're gonna want to send Dark to activate, to get it out. And then, you know, just keep going from there, right? But yeah, I'll do more in depth, but there's so many lines and combos you could do. We could just keep showing you like different hands. 2 Deception, yeah, that's a decent hand. It's also another decent hand. That's a very good hand. That's also a very good hand. I don't really draw. That's okay, but it's definitely not good. That is another slightly okay hand. That's a great hand. That's a great hand. That's a good hand. That's a Colossus hand. That's a good hand. That's a great hand. That's a good hand as well. That is a Colossus hand. That's a Colossus hand. That could be a Colossus hand if you draw into Dragon Dark. That's a... We'll see what this hand would be like. We'll see what this hand's like. Okay, so we could just banish that. And then we could just do that. Discard that. And then search for these. And then we could just do, you know, the other lore. Just do that. And then we have a decent board, actually. We could... No, I did not want to do that. But you were supposed to activate this. Normal, Skullcrabat, search for another, and then just special summon. And you could have done some crazy things. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you look at the deck list from the other video, then you can work out your own lines. That's just the most common lines and some of the better ones. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Adios. See you in the next video. Adios.